In today's tutorial, let's work on the candy can ornament together. This is really quick and simple and for beginners. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as Yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to work on the candy can ornament together. This is for beginners and this is a coiling effect, and don't let that word coil really kind of throw you off. As a beginner, it naturally happens on its own, so there's really not a lot of extra steps you need to do in order to create the look. So what we need to do is to create two of these coils, and then we're going to put them together and they will just be wrapped around each other, and then they will hold with each other, which is awesome. And then you just hang it from wherever you want to, and by hanging it in a certain position right here, it causes it to naturally turn over at the top just like this. So today's tutorial, you're going to need a 5mm size H crochet hook today. You'll need some white yarn and you'll need some red yarn, and I'm recommending Caron Simply Soft today, Harvest Red and White, and let's begin. So to begin, what we need to do is create the coiling effect that you see here. This is naturally happening, so no matter what I do, it'll coil because of the stitch work that we've just done with this. So you know, it's kind of a neat concept, and we're going to do that then with red, and I'll show you how. So to begin, let's create a slip knot, and we're going to insert our hook in, and I need to chain 40 to begin. So let's start here. This is a slip knot, doesn't count as one. Even if you count it as one, it probably wouldn't matter for this particular project. Just make sure you're consistent for both. So that's not including one, so let's just start. So 1, 2, 3, I'm just chaining 4, 5 and 6, and please go all the way to 40 for me. You're gonna have a really long chain, but it's gonna coil together, making it much shorter. So now that I have my chain 40, you're gonna say, wow, that's a really big candy can, but it's really not going to be once it starts coiling. So you gotta trust in that. So I need you to go 4th chain from the hook. So count back. So here's 1, 2, 3, go to the 4th, turn it over and get the back loop of this chain, and yarn over and go in the back loop, and I need you to double crochet 2 times into that same chain. Okay, so what we're gonna do is that we're gonna move entirely down this chain with applying 3 double crochets into each chain space. So once you start that one and it's turned over, you go into the back. You see how all these are coming up? It's like a reptile of all the back loops jumping up at you. So in each one of those, I need you to apply 3 double crochets into each, and this is gonna apply too many stitches into the chain, which creates the coiling effect. And you're gonna already see that it's starting to turn around, right? So this is a neat concept. So you go to the next chain and apply 3 more double crochets. So what I want you to do is work entirely down this chain of applying 3 double crochets into each chain, and I'll meet you at the end of there, and you will see this is gonna start twirling around on you and gonna be really awesome by the time you get to the end. So just 3 double crochets into each chain as you go around, as you go down the chain. Okay, so now I've reached the end and I have my coiling effect just like you see it turned around on its own, and now I'm just gonna trim my work here, and I have to use nice English Mikey, we have to use a darning needle. So we're just gonna pull this through a loop so it locks into position, and we have 2 strands to deal with. Now you can weave those in with your crochet hook, but it will fall out. I just know it. So you want to put this through a darning needle, and all you just want to do, it's already locked into position anyway because it was a slip knot the way you started, but I want you to glide it up through the stitch here on the outside, back and forth, and do that total of 3 times. It'll never fall out on you then. Okay, so back one more time there. So what do you think you're gonna do with the other one? Absolutely the same thing. So just trim it. So you can trim it right to the project, you don't ever see it, and then take the next one and do the same thing. So let's wrap these around each other. Make sure that they're facing the same direction just like you see. So if they're going like this, it will not work. So just lay it down on top of each other like so, and all you just want to do is just kind of put it together so that it's gonna match. Okay, so you're just gonna continue like this. Okay, so just continue just to keep moving them along. You might have to untangle or untwist a little bit in order to get these to work together. So I've now worked my way all the way down, and if one of these is a little bit not adjusted right, all you can just do, I found out that you can just grab one of the colors and it just kind of Just kind of realigns it a little bit when you go to do it. It's kind of not a hard thing to do. And so all you just can do then is just once you do this is that you can just twist even tighter. Okay. It's almost like candy in some ways. So it's a candy can, I guess. So you're just kind of wrapping it around each other. And you can adjust anything that you need to adjust. And these just stay coiled with each other when you're using it as a decoration. So let's create a string to hang this. So what I want to create an extra long strand, and I want to put it in a double loop. So what I'm gonna do is just tie it into a knot, just like this, and the length is depending on you really, if you want to have it longer or shorter. Okay, so I'm gonna just tie that nice and strong like this. So then I'm just gonna get it really close down to the knot, but not all the way, because then it might pop out on you. Simply Soft, once it gets tied together, it really does hold really well. So now that we have our string, I want to affix it to the candy can to create that nice bend. So what I'm gonna do is that I have the knot here, and I want to keep the knot towards the top of the tree so that will get stuck within the branches. You won't even see it. So I want to use the other side that has no knot, and I want to go through the white, and so go 1 2 3. Do you see the 1 2 3 with the red? Go through the white and go through the red just on the outside. Okay, so just going through, and then just pull that strand through. Just be gentle about it. You don't want to deform it in any way. And of course you can still twist things if things are not twisted all the way. And once you get it all the way through, then just pull this other 2 strands through. And what this will do is that'll create that knot that you want in order to hang. So this will be your hanging loop, just like so. So because I went through 2 strands here in this particular position, what you can just do is to keep twisting and really get it nice and secure. So now that I have my hanging piece on here, I can just bend it. I can spray this with a little bit of hairspray if you want to stiffen it up a little bit as well. And then because you have now the tie here, when you go to hang it from the tree, this will naturally fold over, which gives you the look of the candy can. So until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as Yarnspirations.com. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.